My project was basically as Dee and Pat on planning a block party, and how I started this when I moved into my neighborhood, which is off of Indian Trail between Preston Highway and Poplar Level Road. And we have 244 homes in our subdivision. And when I moved in not too long ago, we got a thing in the mail that said pay your dues, $25. I had no idea what it was. And then a week or two later, there was another card in the mail that said general meeting at a church. At the time, we met at a church. So I decided to go and find out we had a neighborhood association, and really wasn't very active. So after I started attending the meeting, the next month was the election. So I got kind of suckered into getting on the board. We didn't do anything. You know, you paid your dues, $25, which basically maintained our street lights in our subdivision. Our subdivision has street lights on every street, which is a very positive thing. Low crime. People all hours of the morning and night walk. Older people. I mean, it's great. So anyway, I went door to door. All 244 homes I visited to find out what people wanted, why they weren't coming to the meetings, and so on and so on. So I brought back to the meeting, you know, people were mad because when we put street lights in, they didn't get one in front of their house. When the streets got paved, they didn't pave their streets, so people weren't paying their dues. So I decided to try to come up with an idea to get people together in our neighborhood. So I suggested a block party. Nobody wanted to do it because they figured people would come in that didn't live there and they were afraid. So needless to say, I did it. And so what I did, I went and first thing I wanted to do was kind of coordinate this with the businesses in our neighborhood. So to do that, I wanted to give door prizes away. So I went to probably 100 businesses in our neighborhood and solicited door prizes and told them what I wanted to do. And they were very cooperative and donated door prizes. And I'm talking about trips to Hawaii, to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and anywhere in the United States. And I got gift certificates for fine restaurants. I could have gone to any restaurant because I'm in the linen business and I have, you know, a lot of connections, but I stayed in my neighborhood. And my thing was to try to work and get people connected with the businesses and try to, you know, keep our neighborhood strong. And I think it was very successful. So I got busy and I did it all myself. And I did every 244 homes. I distributed flyers because I'm one of those guys that don't delegate well. I have to do it myself, so that's a weakness I have. But after I did that, we started inviting people to come. MSD, Metro Police, Okolona Fire Department. I had music. I played in a band for many years, and I had all the equipment. I just played music. And most of the time, we just gave prizes away. And I asked people that we solicited prizes to please go to these businesses, you know, tell them what we're doing in our neighborhood. We want to support you. Thank you for supporting us. And this is, I think, my fourth or fifth year. This is the neighborhood, Old Kentucky Home. Actually, it's called Kentucky Metals Civic Home Improvement Corporation. And it was established in 1965. And my original thing was all of our streets are named after the Stephen Foster story. You got Nellie Bly and Linda May, and I'm working on something there. So I was going to take pictures of all of our street signs, and they didn't look like they showed up, but those are some of the homes. H&S Hardware is probably a mainstay in our neighborhood. It was established, I think, in 1954, and people from all over the city come there when they can't find parts at Home Depot and Lowe's and so forth. So, of course, they donated door prizes, you know, $50 gift certificates and stuff. So our neighborhood is suddenly becoming a diversified neighborhood. This is my neighbor lives next door to me, and they're from Cuba. With Catholic Charities is putting a lot of people that are coming in the country. We've got Bosnians, Cubans, Africans, Bosnians, Vietnamese. So we're trying to incorporate all around the diverse families and stuff. So the mother that happened not to be home, this is a gentleman from Bosnia. I have their names, but I couldn't pronounce them, and to save time, I just pointing it out. This is my Vietnamese family, and they all are, great people, and we talked to them. This is part of the block party. We, of course, got a permit to block the street and everything, and this is the first year we had picnic tables. Another thing is one of our businesses in the neighborhood, when I went to, was donating a gift certificate and asked would I be interested in them coming and cooking at our party. And they did, and they came in. It was Outback Steakhouse. Oh. They only did it. We'll do it in the neighborhood that they're in, by the way. But anyway, they came, set up a tent, cooked chicken. I mean, it was, all this, just keeps blooming. So it's very successful. But I really, really highly recommend it when you start doing this to keep the businesses, which is a community, and like you say, you can develop relationships with a lot of these businesses. And when I show up every year, they already know why I'm there, and they appreciate it because we're bringing people in from our subdivision into their businesses. And for example, Commonwealth Dodge, who donated these trips and stuff to us, pulled a couple of trucks over there, and just... I invited all the businesses to come and, advertise or whatever what they wanted to do. And they sold 2 trucks that year. So it was a big success for them, and it helped us. We get more prizes next year. This is some part of the street. We had children's activities set up in one part of the street, and we had some Wendy's, and usually a couple hundred people, attend the parties. But the thing that's sad about the situation, we don't get people to come to our meetings. Our general meeting, which I missed the first one because of my commitment here. But I found out that basically it was just the board of directors and maybe 2 people show up. So it's really sad, all the stuff we're doing. But we're gradually getting people involved. And all the block party, I could technically have done it for free. I mean, I had stuff from Kroger's, from neighborhood grocery stores, Myers, and so forth. And I used the gift certificates they donated to buy refreshments, mainly the soft drinks and stuff, 2 liters. I could use Staples to do flyers and stuff. I could have used their gift certificate and got all that free. And actually the block party, if I really wanted, it would cost me $0, but basically it was under $100. And I did that because I wanted to give the door prizes that they gave to the people that lived in our subdivision to hope, they would go, visit Staples. So technically it was less than $100 to have this block party that I had every year. This past year, some of the board of directors, Tammy Beckley, who took my place as president, we have 4-year terms. Tammy came, and 3 of our other ladies, I think, attended and got them motivated. And they kind of forced me to let them help somewhat. So I still went around to all the businesses and did all that because I just have the connections and I like to do that. But we're trying to do something, getting back to the neighborhood, the Stephen Foster Old Kentucky Home. I am going to, at our meeting, I brought up the idea of contacting the people in Bardstown and trying to coordinate something in the spring that when they kick off their season, maybe get a bus and take some people there, and because of our subdivision, I'm just kind of having a little relationship there. That's a new idea that I'm trying to do.
Send you a performer?
I haven't yet. I'm hoping a little dresses because a lot of times they come into town and do that. So that's one idea. But we also have a community yard sale, which hasn't really taken off real good because I really haven't had time to develop it like it should be, and may switch the time of year. So I don't do yard sales anyway, but technically that's how it started. I mean, I just went around and asked people what they wanted and why they were mad. Had a block party. The first one was very successful, and each year it's getting larger, but I went to the thing of going to the businesses and keeping it in the neighborhood. I did not go outside our basic neighborhood. Jefferson Mall, outer loop, basically was as far out as I went. So that is it. Thank you.